All right, so my name is Terry Lissagore, and I'm an associate professor at CSUN in the Department of Family and Consumer Sciences, and my area is nutrition and dietetics, food science. Well, first of all, let me compliment you for what you are recognizing, and that is that it starts with the family. Because a lot of times our society is wanting the schools to do it all, to make the changes, to teach the children moral values, to do all of those things. So it's parents a lot of times abdicating responsibility and wanting to blame the schools and wanting to blame the fast food restaurants, wanting to blame anybody but accepting responsibility. So what you had also said, and again compliments to you, you have to look at the societies. Where do we mostly see? If we do look at the research studies, you're absolutely right. In the low-income families, that's where we see the highest rates of childhood obesity, or obesity in general. That's where we see the health implications of it that we as a society will ultimately end up paying for. But let's look. We can look and say, yes, if you look at a concept called food insecurity, it's much cheaper to pay for a calorie of fat and sugar than it is to pay for a calorie from fruits and vegetables. No question about that. So do we have farmers markets in those areas where they tend to have the highest obesity in the poorer socioeconomic areas?
I learned most about cooking from watching the Food Network and watching my girlfriend cook. Even though everybody in my family cooks, like I grew up in a house full of women that all cook, I guess they believe that men can't cook, so they wouldn't let me in the kitchen. Like I cooked a few things in my house, and I tried to, and I would either burn it or I would forget about it. I would do something else, then like the house would catch a fire. They'd be like, "No, you can't cook." Oh, absolutely. I almost still only eat stuff that I ate when I was younger, but I just cook it differently because my mom wasn't really into lean stuff. Like she kind of just like cooks the way her mom cooks or her grandma cooked, and her grandma's from Mississippi, and they cook things with a lot of fat and grease, but I still like the taste of that stuff, but just with less grease. Try to eat more healthy, but retain the same flavor, which is kind of hard to do. There's ways to do it, and you just got to find it out by doing it yourself. Like in my house, we eat a lot of salt, and I always hated it, but I couldn't cook, so I didn't have any choice.
And I feel like I just started eating healthier recently. But
we've always wanted to, we just didn't have a refrigerator.
Yeah, pretty much. But
we're
overall healthy people.
I try to be.
We eat out sometimes.
Yeah, like I said, we're not health conscious, we just eat what feels good. We're not like, oh my god, I have to get 600 grams of blah blah blah. But I know if I eat a burger, then I definitely
Then you feel sleepy afterwards,
I feel like crap. I'm gonna eat grilled chicken.
It's amazing.
Exercise. I feel like hiking. I feel like doing stuff. And when you have to be up like 16 hours a day, where you're out all day, and then you eat something that makes you feel like crap. You wake up in the morning and you feel like crap, and then you go to the bathroom and you feel like crap. You just want to eliminate, like, how can I be more active? How can I feel better? Because I'm a young dude, so I shouldn't be like lacking in energy. So I start researching like, why do I lack in energy? And I noticed it's because of my diet. So we started changing our diet. Well, actually, I started changing my diet. Rachel always ate like really would.
Yeah, but and since I like a lot of food, like I like to be able to feel good to eat the next meal. If I don't feel good to eat the next meal, I'm bummed out.
I'm Jake. I'm 20 years old. My occupation is dispatcher. I don't feel I eat relatively healthy at all. I feel I don't because the convenience of fast food is very convenient, and I think unhealthy food tastes better. I think that if fast food did decide to carry healthier items, it would be an option. But I mean, McDonald's has carried salads for years, and I've never tasted one. I weigh about 337 pounds at this current point in time. Yeah, I feel it's a concern to me. That's why I'm trying to counteract the weight at this point in my life. I started working out, and then trying to eat a little bit healthier. I'd hopefully wish that my future children, if I choose to procreate, would choose a healthier lifestyle than I have, because there's a lot of hardships on fat people. I would definitely change my eating habits to protect my children's health.
All right, so as a society, what can we do? And that's where the key of our department, Family and Consumer Science, is based on something called the human ecological model. And that's where you look at an individual, or you look at an issue, and you say, well, what is contributing to that? If it's you as an individual, what's contributing to your food choices, your exercise habits, your attitude towards school? And you'll find that, yes, it's the parents, but yes, it's the friends and family, and yes, it's, if we look at your environment, I say, okay, do you have parks around? Do you have churches, synagogues, those sorts of things that are contributing? What about the school? What are the school lunch programs, the school breakfast programs? Are they providing things that support other parts that are going to make you healthy? What about culture? What part does that play? What about not just the schools? What about city regulations? What about governmental regulations on a federal level? So again, we have to recognize that when we're trying to address a problem, unless we understand everything that's contributing, then we'll never find a solution. So what we need to do is educate. At the basis of every solution is education.